Alright guys, so instead of a full Conquest gameplay today, we are going to be talking about Smite and Paragon, bro. And since I've been playing Smite, I wanted to kind of give you guys my rundown on which game I think is better, just because I really haven't told you guys what game I think is better. So that is what I want to do in this video today. I do have some arena gameplay, so I do hope you guys enjoy that. I am playing as Neath, just kind of goofing around, and I had a lot of fun recording the gameplay. But getting into the video, man, this is tough, bro. And I think I don't want to trigger anybody, right? Because that's the last thing that I want to do on this channel, is just trigger people. And I want to keep the video short, but you know, playing Paragon for 2 years, or I guess I'd say like a year and a half, going on 2 years. You know, I fell in love with that game, and everybody kind of knows that. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest, right? If I could go back to when I started playing Paragon and just directly jump onto Smite, knowing how much fun I would have with Smite, I would have never touched Paragon. And that might sound controversial, of like, you know, the games are completely different or whatever. But when it comes to a MOBA game, and for what I look at, Smite is perfection. It really is. I mean, there's its bugs, dude. And I will say, there's, you know, Loki's cancer. There's a couple gods. I mean, you can tower dive. You know, there's some dudes that can tower dive and some gods that can tower dive, that I will say now. And after putting time into the game, there are some, not bugs, but just things that are annoying, I guess I would say, like how there are in every game. So there's just things that are annoying in Smite, just like how there are in Paragon. But when it comes down to the T of gameplay, the T of smoothness and perfection, like, Smite is so much more superior. And it's awful for me to say that, because of how much time and how much money I invested into Paragon, and how much I loved Paragon and the whole 9 yards there. But after playing Smite for not even, I mean, it's been what, right? It's been like a month, you know, a month, going on like a month and a half. I can honestly say, with all my heart, man, like, no regrets, Smite is superior. Like, it blows the game, it blows Paragon out of the water. Now, on a graphic scale, obviously, Epic Games did a great job with Paragon, and I think that's what really drawed people to it. That's what drew me to it. I'm not gonna lie. That and the heroes drew me to it. Now, the overall gameplay back in the day when Paragon first came out, that drew me to it too. But the learning process for Paragon at that time, I felt, was so hard to learn. Dude, like, I was like, man, all these cards, bro, like, how am I supposed to learn all of this stuff? But when it comes to Smite, dude, there is so much content and so much complexity in this game that it's, oh my god, bro, like, I'm still learning. You know, you guys are still giving me advice. I'm still learning how to build gods. I haven't even played with half the gods yet, I don't think, maybe half. But I haven't played, moral of the story there is, like, I haven't played with all the gods yet. And because there are so many, and each god in this game has their unique skill set. They all have a passive. They all have different ways that you can build them. It's the same with Paragon, but with Paragon, at the end there with Paragon, everybody was built the same way, right? Like, every jungler you could use a Chimera build on a Rampage, or a Rampage build on a Grux, right? Or a Sparrow build on a Murdoch. Like, you could use carry builds for every carry, like one carry build for every carry. You can't do that in this, bro. I mean, you could maybe get some success out of it, but it's, you know, I would focus more so on, you know, evolving around the passive, right? The build evolves around the passive, or whatever, you know. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, or, you know, I mean, everybody knows. I mean, there's veterans that know the builds better than I do, and the gods better than I do. But after putting like a month and a half into the game and playing the game, I now know that, you know, you can't have one build for all carries, or one build for all junglers. It's impossible, bro. You're just gonna go downhill. You know, you're gonna get wrecked. So with that being said, man, I'm still learning. And the thing with this learning process is, it's so fun. And I mean, the game's not for everybody, right? There's people that have put in comments, like in previous videos, that, like, you know, they hate Smite and they don't like Smite and they've given up on Smite and they tried Smite and they just didn't like it. It's not for everybody, right? The game's not for everybody, but I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, this game's taken over my life, bro, and I'm really loving it. And I wish I could stream, because a lot of people want to watch me stream so that they could give me tips and advice, you know, at that time of day, you know, like it's real time, instead of watching the video and then giving me tips and advice. But my upload speed is awful, and it's, I mean, when I stream, it's unwatchable and unplayable content, right? It's just fuzz. So I am working on getting better internet, better upload speed, so that I can stream. But when, I mean, honestly, you guys probably already knew what I was gonna say here. I'm not kissing Smite's ass but I'm kissing Smite's ass, bro. Like Hi-Rez did a wonderful job with this game. They update it all the time. Console peasants like myself do not do not have Achilles yet, but I do think that today, on Tuesday, Achilles did drop for PC players. And I don't know, dude, like just the superiority of the game and just how much more polished the game is. And I don't know if Paragon would have ever gotten to that level. And honestly, what I think Paragon should have done, Epic Games should have hit up Hi-Rez and been like, yo, bro, like give us some tips, bro. We'll pay you money, but give us some tips on how to make our game better because yours is great. And like, I don't know, I didn't think that when I first got into it, man. When I first got into Smite, you know, I made that one video of Paragon player tries to play Smite out of like curiosity of like what the fuck, right? Like why not? And I didn't expect people to jump on it, and I honestly didn't like Smite that much when I made that video. I was like, all right, like that's the only Smite video I'm gonna make, like yada yada, you know, screw that game. But then I started playing it more. I started playing it more, and the game just, it latches onto you, man. It latches onto you, and that's what MOBAs are supposed to do. That's what good MOBAs are supposed to do. So at the end of the day, man, you know, my final verdict is I spent 2 years. I'm just gonna round it up. 2 years into Paragon. I've spent a month and a half into Smite, and I can honestly tell you that Smite is a better game. This isn't sponsored, dude. I feel like I'm kissing some serious ass right now, you know, and like that people are gonna think that they're paying me or whatever, but they're not. And I'm kissing ass because the ass kissing is deserved. Like, I love the game, and I'm sorry for the people that just wanted to see Paragon content, and I love everybody who has stuck around from the beginning, and everybody who's given me advice, everybody who's given me tips. But I mean, it's Paragon just doesn't even live up to the potential of what Smite actually is right now. It's sad to say that because I spent so much time and so much money into Paragon, but you know, Smite's a fun ass game, dude. And if you're not playing Smite out of the aspect of graphics, you gotta grow up a little bit, buddy, because we didn't play SOCOM US Navy SEALs because of the graphics, baby. Back on PS2, bro. We didn't play Predator Concrete Jungle out of the sole aspect of the graphics, even though back then the graphics were great. We played it out of the aspect of how fun it is, how great it is, and the overall gameplay and how smooth it is, and just the overall ability of great stuff. And there's historical background in this game, so I think that that's a great thing too. Like, I'm actually learning more about the gods and Norse mythology, you know, and, you know, Chinese mythology that I had no idea about until playing the game. So I'm getting educated, bro. This is like a like a damn college course, baby. But I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's where I'm going to wrap it up. I apologize that it's not like a full Conquest gameplay today. And if this video does come out late, I do apologize because I am recording this later than I usually do. But I do appreciate everybody who is sticking around, everybody who is supportive, and everybody who has shared love in the comment sections. Negative feedback, positive feedback, it really, you know, everything matters to me because it helps me learn, helps me become a better player, and overall a better YouTuber, a better person, right? Because that's what it's about. Got to be a better person. But like I always leave the outro, hope all you guys have a great, peaceful afternoon. Take care, and peace out. Thanks.